things Halloween. This is Hauntformer, and welcome back to yet another R.I.P. review. Another mask review for you guys today. Thank you for continuing to watch Hauntober, my annual marathon of spooky videos for the spookiest time of year. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Last week, I talked about Creepshow, which is one of my favorite 80s horror films, and its sequel, Creepshow 2. So to celebrate and continue the momentum of Creepshow, we're going to be taking a look at a mask from that film by, of course, the iconic Trick or Treat Studios. This is the Harry mask, and I'll explain Harry's character in a moment, from the third segment in Creepshow, Something to Tide You Over, which is a fan favorite, one of my favorite segments from the movie. It stars Ted Danson as Harry. There also is Leslie Nielsen in this clip, and it's just a really great segment from the movie if you haven't seen it. I'm going to have to spoil the plot to kind of explain how this character fits in. Basically, Ted Danson's character, Harry, is a guy who is cheating with Leslie Nielsen's wife. He finds out, brings him out to the beach, and buries him up to his neck in sand, making him drowned when the tide comes in. Both him and his lover, if you will. Leslie Nielsen's left at home, thinking that he got away with murder, but of course, both Leslie Nielsen's wife and Harry here come back as these gross, seaweed-covered, nasty zombies to once again seek revenge on the murderer. It's a really great segment. It's hard to explain because it's very bizarre. The whole movie's bizarre, but there's some really great effects work done in the film throughout the entire thing, but especially in this segment. Not just with the really cool lighting that George Romero featured, but also Tom Savini's great effects work and makeup designs for the characters. Ted Danson, with the makeup on, still looks really creepy and great. They also have Ted Danson's lover's character. I forgot her name. It's not in my head. But they have the mask of her as well, so if you want the collection, if you want to get both of them from the segment, you're welcome to. They're both made by Trick or Treat Studios, like I said, and these masks, I believe, especially this one I know for sure, was sculpted by the amazing Justin Mabry, who has brought to us so many iconic sculpts. I think a lot of the Michael Myers masks stand out in my memory as some of his best, but this is another fantastic sculpt. As you can see, it really brings the character to life. It's a little brighter than how Harry looked in the film, but remember, Creepshow used a lot of bizarre lighting. They had a lot of greens and reds and blues, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is how he ended up looking in some of those final shots. I love the seaweed that's coming out of the top of his head up here. The hair's really great too. There is some hairspray that they use to style the hair a bit so it's not in his face because it's kind of pulled back in the movie. Looks great. I love the bullet hole up here, and there's another one right here when Leslie Nielsen shoots rounds off into the zombies and it gushes out this nasty water. Really great stuff. Creepshow's such a bizarre movie, but it's a fun movie, and it's the most fun you'll ever have being scared. That's for sure. Harry here looks amazing. If I do a little 360 spin, you can see it really does look like Ted Danson. I mean, he was caked up in makeup, but he still brought the character to life. The lips here are really cool, the nose. There are no eyes. Your eyes kind of replace Harry's here, and I think that's fine. I just overall love the colors. They really pop. Green is my favorite color. So to see a mask drenched in this really eerie green is awesome, especially from a movie like Creepshow. But despite my amazing aesthetic view of this mask, thinking it's a great piece from Creepshow, I do have a rather large complaint with this, and it's not the mask the way it looks it's necessarily, but it's wearing the mask. I wore this mask for this review. I've worn it a few times since I got it. It's very difficult to keep on for very long. It's very hot. These little eye flabs, the way that they cut them, are poking into your eye, which kind of messes up your vision. And the lips kind of push into your mouth, so it's very uncomfortable, very tight, and I could not see myself wearing this for longer than 3 minutes maybe. I've worn it on occasion, but like I said, despite how beautiful I think it's made, and how amazing the sculpt and the paint and everything's done, it's just not a wearable mask, especially if you're going to go out on Halloween or use this in a haunted house. You're going to have to do some modifications in order to make this wearable for a scare actor or for yourself. But as an aesthetic piece, as something you could put up on display in your room, it's fantastic. But those gripes are keeping me away from wanting to give this a really high rating because it looks so great. Again, perfect, I think. Just overall amazing sculpt. Even if you didn't know that this was from Creepshow, I mean, it's still a creepy looking zombie guy, regardless. But with the way it's worn, it's very tight on my face. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 skulls on the R.I.P. Reviews rating scale, which I think is fair. It looks incredible. I probably would have given it a 4.5 had it not been so difficult to keep on for a long period of time. And usually I can wear masks for half an hour plus, but this one, I just can't, unfortunately. Though I will say, if you're a fan of Creepshow, and especially the Tide You Over segment, you'll get a kick out of Harry here. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you have this mask, or if you want it, let me know what you think about it down in the comments, and I have more spooky videos on my way. Stay tuned, everyone. Remember, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.